I want you to think about the last time that you went to the gym, right? And you saw a personal trainer in there, someone who trains somebody, and he was fat, right? A fat personal trainer. If you're somewhat like me, you've probably seen in your gym some personal trainers which are fat, which are not in good shape, they are not jacked, they are not what you would expect a fitness trainer to be. And you were probably, if you are like me, pretty confused why people hire that guy or this guy, because in terms of his body, it does not look like he's in good shape. Here is the thing. Even though your physique can be a good proxy to your knowledge, it is not the only thing that determines your physique. You might be extremely knowledgeable, you might have a lot of knowledge about training and have a pretty shitty physique, because there are two more components to it, two main components to it, which are extremely important. The first one is your character, and the second one is how much you care about it. It essentially looks like this. Your knowledge, right, is divided by how much you care about it, and how much you care about it is divided by your character. For say you have all of the knowledge that you need to know, that is required from you, your knowledge is 1. And then you divide it by your care, how much you care about it, you care about it a lot, it's 1. And then you divide 1 by 0, because you have an extremely weak character, you will not succeed. Because with a very weak character, you can just go and implement that knowledge that you have on the things that you care about, because you are just not strong enough characteristically. But on the other side, if you have no knowledge at all, then it's 0. 0 divided by anything is still 0. Technically, if you divide something by 0, it is infinity, but right, doesn't matter here, in this context. This is essentially how you get in shape. You start by actually caring about this thing. If you don't care about it, you will not go and learn about it, you will fail by default. And then when you realize that you care about it, when you are sick of your current body, or just you want to improve because why not, and then you go and you gain knowledge, and you learn how to diet, and you learn how to train, you learn the basics, and then you go, you implement it, you build your character, because even though you might start with a pretty strong character, you will need to build it in order to get in shape, because getting in shape is pretty hard, and it is the type of hard that if you have yet to get in shape, you have never endured. So for you to endure this level of pain, you will need to start with something, with training, with dieting to some extent, to a really big extent, because you are not strong enough yet. You start by habitualizing it to some extent, becoming the guy who trains, becoming the guy who eats a pretty clean diet and sleep a bit more, like 7-9 hours per night. And then as you go and do it, as you implement it, you build your character, you start to care about it more, because after investing our time and attention into something, we start to care about it more just naturally, and then you will go and you will become better and your physique will improve. Now, I know the biggest aspect of getting in shape is genetics. You will not get as jacked as me if your genetics won't allow you to do so. If you have bad genetics for building muscle, on the other side, you will get way jackeder than me if your genetics are way better than me, with less time. So genetics play a role, but the thing about genetics is that we still are unable to change them. In the future we might be able to do so for sure, but now in the present we can't do anything about it. And a dumb thing to do is to focus on what you can't improve, on what you can't control, because you can't control it. Focusing on it, on your genetics, blaming them and doing nothing about it is just a dumb thing. Instead, improving your knowledge, your character, and how much you care about it. How do you increase your careness about fitness? You realize that it is important. You realize, you comprehend that in the next years and decades, if you will not take care of your health, you will become unhealthy. Your health will slowly deteriorate. You will become unhealthier. Your quality of life will get worse. You will progress towards death. And if you realize this, then the amount of kindness that you give to fitness will improve, will get higher by default. Because guess what? When you realize that your life will get worse if you won't take care of something, you start to take care of it. And then there is the character. You build character through proving yourself that you have that character. And essentially, the way to prove to yourself, the best way, the most effective way to prove to yourself that you have a character is to endure what having this character requires from you to endure. So essentially, if you want to become strong, you need to endure hardship, because the character of a strong guy is a character that endures hardship. And then the knowledge, it is about watching videos like this one. You can check out the link course in the description, or not, you can just go and watch people like Jeff Nippard and Mike Israel, who are infinitely smarter than me probably, and you can gain your knowledge from them. And that's essentially the three parts of the main part of this equation. And that's how you get jacked. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.